Hey guys, what's going on? It is Chris here. Once again, we are looking ahead to today's slate for January the 31st. Hopefully, you guys all had a pretty good weekend, watched some football as well. Crazy that the Bengals got into the Super Bowl, definitely the underdog. So we'll see how that goes. So anyway, like I said, we are looking at today's slate here. Looks like a gamer, so not too bad. As normal, if you guys want to come join us for NBA Fanduel lineups, we are doing a special for only $65 for the rest of the NBA season. That includes the first round of the playoffs, so that is into for the first week of May. So you're literally getting $65 until May, which is a massive deal. It's usually $40 per month. So why not come join us? Like I said, you're going to be saving over at least $80. So yeah, come join us. Like I said, all you need to do is hit us up on our Twitter. That'll be in the comment section below. Just message us there, and we'll get you guys all set up. Like I said, this week has not been too bad. We had one of our subs hit for 1,000, another one for 250. So definitely not too bad. So yeah, definitely come join us. Like I said, that Twitter will be down there in the comment section. And then just message us on Twitter, and we'll get you all set up. So anyway, let's get into it today. I'm going to add a little bit of the DVP. Have not been doing that a lot recently, so we're going to go add that. Memphis and Phillies, our first one, and we have Joel Embiid is going to be out in this one. So we're not going to do it for all the teams, but let's go look and see how Memphis is, and overall they're a half decent team. They do struggle against the center position, and as we do know, with Joel Embiid out, Drummond should start. So the field goal percentage is really high. So Drummond's going to be very chalky. So just keep that in mind. Just put him in there. Should get you 26 plus in this one. So got to be liking him. Tobias Harris is okay here. I just don't like playing against Memphis defense here. Maxi's okay, but he's not really an offensive guy. So I'm probably going Drummond, maybe Harris in one or two, but I'm probably just going to be focusing over there on Drummond. So let's now go look at Philadelphia here. Let's see a look at their DVP. And DVP pretty good. Struggle against the power forward position a little bit. Jaren Jackson might get you around 32 to 35 in this one. That's the only one I really care about. Ja Morant's not looking bad, but Philly is pretty good against that position. Obviously, it's Ja Morant, so it doesn't really matter. But there's a lot of other better point guards. Salary-wise out there, obviously Ja Morant's one of the better ones. But salary-wise, there's other guys out there. I don't mind maybe giving Steven Adams a look, maybe 24, 25, but not a ton of upside there. They do struggle in rebounds at the center position, even with Joel Embiid there. So if you guys are doing player props, I think Adams was like 8.5 or something. So I would definitely go the over on that one, especially with Joel Embiid out. So yeah, not a lot going on there. Like I said, I'm looking at Drummond. And that's probably it. We got New Orleans and Cleveland, so this is a question mark game. It is an early game, so we will get the news on it. But Ingram and Val are both questionable, and Josh Hart, and this is a back-to-back for New Orleans. So we will see what they do. It sucks because Cleveland is a really good defense. We saw what they did last week to Milwaukee. So you'll see here they're pretty good. They're pretty good overall. There is a little bit of value. Like I said, you can still look at Devontae Graham for about 28. He's going to have to get a lot of the workload if those guys are out. Alexander Walker will come into play as well. Herbert Jones could also be a good play. Hernan Gomez, even Jackson Hayes in a deep GPP. So, there's a couple guys to look at. Like I say, Cleveland is a pretty good team, but, there's a lot of spots available, so if those guys are out, Pelicans will be relatively chalky. And then I'm not going to do it for this for all the teams, so we'll do it for most of them. We got the Pelicans here. Pelicans struggle at point guard and at that center position. So Darius Garland hasn't been the greatest, but I wouldn't be surprised if Garland went and got you a 40 to 43 bomb in this one. He's only been going around 35, 36, but I would not be surprised if he did half decent here. And as I said, they do struggle against center. So Allen and like an Evan Mobley combo, don't mind one of those guys if you want to go that way. Only thing you're concerned about is if this game does become a blowout, then Allen is not going to play as much. But like I said, the main guys there for New Orleans, like I said, if those guys are out, Graham, Hernan, a couple of those guys, and Alexander Walker. Clippers, Indiana, another game that I don't mind looking at. These guys just played a little bit ago. This game's actually a game I want to look at DVP because Indiana is not not that great at all. Where are they at? I don't know the alphabet. Am I missing it? There they are. Okay. So yeah, I mean overall they're not great. They struggle against point guards and the shooting guard position. So I don't mind looking at Reggie Jackson in this one. He has not been the greatest recently, but last game he finally got a couple minutes back, and he looks like he got a shot back as well. So that is good to see for Reggie. I went to Bledsoe yesterday in the early game, and didn't really kind of backfired on me a little bit. I got him at about 28 points. He shot 8 for 13 in limited minutes. Didn't even really play in that fourth quarter there. If you go look here a little bit ago against Indiana, he had 42 points. So, like I said, they struggle without Brogdon out there. So Jackson is a solid option. Maybe Luke Kennard coming off the bench. That's all I really have there. Maybe Amir Coffey as a deep GPP, but nothing too crazy on that Clipper side. Moving on over to Indiana, Dwayne Washington Jr. He could be a sneaky GPP play. His minutes are up and down, but I wouldn't mind. Would not. Oh my goodness, man, I can't talk. I would not be surprised if he went off for about 24, 25. Another guy that I don't mind here, Scarce Levert. Last time he played the Clippers had 43.8. He has not been shooting well. He's been all over the place, but like I say, Clippers really a little bit of a faster team, and they're not the greatest defense right now. And like I said, Indiana plays quick as well against these guys. So, yeah, I don't mind taking a shot at Scarce Levert. They struggle against shooting guards, as you see there, free throw and 3-point made. So don't mind taking a shot with Scarce Levert, even though he's been kind of trash. Sabonis should get you around, 42 to 45 in this one. So, yeah, a couple guys that I am liking from that game there. Let's move on a little bit quicker here. Miami and Boston. Jimmy Butler is questionable. Boston is really good against shooting guard and small forwards. So, like I said, Jimmy's been on an absolute roll. So if you want to continue that, have at it. But Boston has stopped him pretty well in the past, so I got him for about 44 to 45 in this one. Still not bad, but keep an eye on it if he's playing. If not, then Tyler Hero definitely comes into play, and even Max Strus and Vincent as well. Over there on that flip side, I don't mind actually a couple Boston guys. Miami is. They're a good defense, but they do struggle in a couple spots here. They struggle at shooting guard and that power forward position. So like a Jaylen Brown could be good, a power forward, maybe Al Horford, not really feeling that. So maybe like a Jason Tatum, obviously plays more of the small forward, power forward position there. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Tatum went off here for about a 50 bomb if Butler plays in this one to keep it close. So yeah, I mean, definitely look at Brown and Tatum. I really don't mind both of those guys, and I think they'll be at lower owned here against Miami, so keep that in mind. Sacramento, New York. Sacramento's really bad against power forward centers, so if you want to take a shot with Randall, you can. He's been looking like absolute crap, but you can give him a shot. Another guy, GPP only, if he plays, is Nerlens Noel. At 4,300, might get you about 21 to 23, 24 in this one. He's an okay play, nothing too crazy, though. But yeah, you can look at Randall. I don't mind Kemba. Like I said, Sacramento also struggles against the point guard position. He is only $4,500, but his minutes are all over the place. Him and Emmanuel Quickly have been sharing minutes, so I don't know how I feel about Walker. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he did do half decent here. If Fox is out, I would probably look at Davion Mitchell. Should be starting again. Probably get you about 25 plus. RJ Barrett, I love RJ Barrett in this matchup. Probably about 36 plus for RJ. One of the guys I'm really looking at. So that is what we're looking at there. A couple guys from that one. Toronto and Atlanta. This another game should be pretty good. Trae Young is questionable, so keep an eye on that one. If he's out, that obviously gives massive usage rate to other guys. DeLon Wright could come into play. I said this before, but he's not a massive usage rate guy, but he should still get you 20 to 24 fantasy points. I really am liking Fred VanVleet. Let's go look at Atlanta here. Let's go look at their defense, and it's okay, but not that great. They struggle against shooting guards. So Gary Trent's been hot. You can go look at him. They're giving up a ton of 3-pointers to shooting guards. Gary Trent is a massive 3-point shooter. Power forwards, you got to be looking at, obviously Siakam, OG Anunoby. Both those guys have been absolutely firing on all cylinders. So I would be looking at both of those guys. And I don't mind Fred VanVleet either. Like I said, they give up quite a bit of three-pointers as well and give up a ton of assists, and we know that's kind of how Fred plays his game. So, yeah, man, I mean, I don't mind Toronto. I hope that Trae Young plays to keep it a little bit more competitive, but I wouldn't mind a 2-3-man stack here from Toronto. And if Trae Young's out, got to be looking at Bogdan Bogdanovic and also John Collins. Golden State and Houston here. As we know, Houston not a great defense, but I think they beat them in their last matchup, or they lost by 2 last time versus Golden State. I forgot who was playing in that one. So Curry, I don't mind him for about 45 bomb in this one. Hopefully it stays close. Kevin Porter has game time decision with COVID. If he is out, you could do a deep GPP with Jalen Green. He does shoot a lot, but he's just kind of been crap with his shot. Jordan Poole at 53. I don't mind him for about 26 to 28 in this one. Clay's getting up there in price. Not really feeling any of those guys. Wiggins about 32 to 33. He's starting in the All-Star game, and the last 2 games he's been popping off. Christian Wood at 82. Don't mind him without Draymond and Otto. I think Christian Wood could honestly be in a half decent spot. I don't think we'll get word on it, but if for some reason we get word that Jonathan Kumanga, I think that's how you say it, starts here because of Otto being out. Yeah, I think he could be worth a shot because whenever he starts, Jonathan's not a bad play. So keep an eye on him. But yeah, I do like Christian Wood, and you can take a shot with Kevon Looney. He's been absolute crap. He really has been. Last time against Houston, though, he had 34.4. And if you go look at the defense for Houston, as we know, they're really, really bad. But they're just absolutely terrible everywhere. Green obviously means they're really bad. So, yeah, they're one of the worst teams against centers here. So they give up a ton of blocks. That's Looney's game there. Give up a ton of rebounds. That's Looney's game. So if Looney stays out of foul trouble, I don't see them stopping him. So he's not really an offensive guy. But even here against Houston, he still had 4 blocks and 12 rebounds. So Kevon Looney at 49 definitely got to be worth a look here for you. And then we got Portland and OKC. We have no Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in this one. And obviously Damian Lillard's out again. We got Simons here at 6'9". I got him for about 32 to 35 fantasy points. So I don't mind that one. So I don't mind that one. So yeah, don't mind Simons at all. Like I said, Shai Gilgeous is going to be out as I said, so I wouldn't be surprised if Josh Giddey picks it up a little bit, $5,700. Last time, Shai played a little bit of the Indiana game but left, and as we saw, Josh Giddey had one of his better games. Usage rate went up as well. Here against Indiana. So, yeah, about 32 to 35 for Josh Giddey. Would not be surprised, maybe close to a triple double. Either CJ McCollum, another guy, 38 to 40. I got him for. But the guy that I'm looking at the most is Dort. I really like Dort here. He had 27, 8, and 4 when Shai went out with a 46 bomb. His usage rate and his shots skyrocketed. Dramatically without Mr. Shai in there. Let's go look here. So he had 16 shots right here. So he had a couple extra shots than normal. These last 2 games, he's been looking solid here. So I got Dort at 28, man. I mean, he's 5K against a Portland team that's not that great defensively. I got to be looking at Dort. That's just too cheap for me. Basley could be worth a look at a GPP. Covington, 26 to 28 as well. And maybe a look at Nurk, but not really feeling that. So, so let's go see what I can do for you guys here real quick. But yeah, as you see, there's a lot of really good plays out there. So, I'm probably looking at Fred. I just like Fred in this matchup. I hope Trae Young does play. So yeah, I do like Fred VanVleet here. Garland, like I said, I don't mind him in a GPP, just worried about a blowout, but he has a really good spot here. Reggie Jackson at 6K. I'm liking him. I know he's been up and down recently, but last game he looked good, so I don't mind looking at him. Jordan Poole, another guy at 5'3". Davion Mitchell, depending on what's going on with Fox. Like I said, if all those guys are out for New Orleans, even Jose Alvarado could come into play once again. So yeah, there's a lot of good plays out there. It's really good at the shooting guard position. Like I said, I don't mind Jalen. I would rather have Tatum for sure, but Tatum Brown not looking bad though. As you see, he's been pretty consistent, but doesn't do a lot anything else besides points. So I would probably go Tatum, but still not a bad spot. Like I said, I like McCollum for about 38 to 40 in this one. Levert, I think McCollum's your cash game play, but I think Levert's that guy that could go off for 40 in this one. So I'm favoring Levert in GPPs, but McCollum in cash games. RJ Barrett, love him. I really love RJ. Gary Trent's in a really good spot. Josh Giddey, as I mentioned. Alexander Walker. So uh, Dort. There's so many spots at shooting guard / small forward here in this one. As I mentioned, I really like Tatum. I do. I like him in this matchup. I don't think a lot of people are going to go there, and that's going to help you out quite a bit. We got RJ once again, Scotty Barnes, okay. Like I said, if Trae Young's out, Bogdanovich 28 to 30 in this one. Wiggins a solid option. Alexander Walker, as I mentioned already. Um, Dort at 5K, just really looking at him. Basley GPP. And Jonathan Kumaga as well, if he starts, could be GPP. I don't like him as much as the other guys, but still could be a good spot. If you can't afford Tatum, Siakam's looking pretty good. Randall has a good matchup on paper, but he's been trash. Wood at 8-2, I like him. Not many people that can really guard him. Let me see here. OG Anunoby has been absolute fire. John Collins if Trae Young is out. And that's mostly it there. KJ Martin's been okay, but I'm not really want to pay 5-3 for him. And then you got Willie Hurt on as well. At that center position, mostly the guys that I already told you about. Like I said, you got Kevon Looney as well, since Houston's not great against those centers. And then obviously Andre Drummond. So Drummond will be the more popular play. He'll be 80, 90% owned. If you guys are doing GPPs, maybe go Kevon Looney or something like that. Who knows? Maybe Drummond, they don't play him as much. You'll never know. So, um, but yeah, I mean, that's mostly it. So if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. I definitely do appreciate it quite a bit. And like I said, if you guys want to get in on Twitter, all you need to do is hit us up. Our Twitter will be down there below. Get in on the lineups. Like I said, we have been doing pretty good recently. Only $65 for the rest of the season. So, yeah, definitely come join us. We'd love to have you guys come join us for $65 for the rest of the season, and that's 4 months. 4 months worth. So, all right, guys, that's it. Once again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys a little bit later on.